So Dahlia is a really strong damage dealing mage, but how strong is she really? Can she keep up with someone like Khamet? We're gonna find that out right now today. And also about her range, we all know she has a really unique range, and in the end, in the conclusion, I will go over why I believe that her range is actually a good thing, more than it's a bad thing, as you will be finding out in the conclusion. But first up, of course, we will have to test her against Khamet, and then in the conclusion we will see in what is she gonna be better, in what is Khamet gonna be better. Is she gonna put him off the throne in Gear Raid 1, of course, as well? And also in the conclusion, of course, what is gonna matter more? The Dahlia's things where she is better than Khamet, or the things where Khamet is better than Dahlia? You will find out all of that. But first up, what's up guys, I'm Ronaldo and welcome, and let's get right into the Gear Raid 1 testing. So we're gonna test her initial burst window compared to Khamet's burst window, and of course also a full run of Gear Raid 1-21. In terms of the gear, they have pretty identical gear if you take a look here. If we swap them, as you can see, Khamet has slightly less crit damage and attack, but that's not gonna be that big of a difference. So let's go into Gear Raid 1. Alright, first up, the DPS window. Let's see who has the higher short-term DPS window, who has more burst in their kit. And for that we're gonna place Dahlia first, because we really want her to be able to get her thorns out as fast as possible, right? And then afterwards we follow it up with Khamet, and then with the rest of the lineup. And so we will need, of course, now one more unit here. There we go. And Khamet also has an invic buff. Dahlia also has an invic buff, and now all we have to do is basically just wait real quick for Khamet's ult, and then we pop both their ults and see who has more of a burst window, right? Who has the better burst window. So we're gonna see and take a look at this. We can also put in our Laurel, because usually use a Laurel in these type of comps anyways. And then we will take a look here. And Dahlia, of course, has a really short ultimate compared to Khamet. And now let's go and take a look here in the burst window. And as you can see, she has actually a lot of damage here. Even though Khamet's burst is a lot longer and hits like a truck, she does a lot of damage. And one big thing, one big reason for that is what you're gonna be able to see also in the full run, is because she profits so much from that Lord bonus, because she just slows the enemies all the time and therefore gets always this bonus attack damage or bonus damage overall. So she can really make use of that curse bonus exceptionally well. But now let's see if these two, no one else can deal with stage 21 without the anti-healer, without anything like that. And let's just place her down. What you can do is you could even place her back and she would only hit these 3 tiles, because this tile here doesn't matter that much, but it's just some nice bonus damage, right? So yeah, as you can see, she doesn't really have many placement options here. You really have to place her like that pretty much. Of course you can use some other placements, they're just not that optimal, let's be honest here. So we're gonna start off the same way as we did before. We're gonna wait for our ults, and we're gonna pop all of them and use our Laurel in a second as well. There we go. And now they didn't even clear all the mobs, but that's completely fine, because they will do in the next round. So we're just gonna use a classic rage region comp here, so that we really don't need an anti-healer or whatsoever. We can really focus on these two mainly as the damage dealers, and not have them be influenced by some others, and just get a bunch of rage region in here, of course. And there we go, they cleared this wave easily without any struggle, and the next wave is about to come in. And as you can see, she consistently spawns these mobs here, these flowers here, and then we have all of our ultimates back up. And now she will use a lot of burst. Khamet will get a lot of burst out as well. And there we go. Next wave is done easily. Okay, first run wasn't that easy, but I guess we have better timers now. We have better time windows here. So we're gonna wait. We're gonna place. Just make it quick here. And wait and pop everyone and everything here, and one shot this wave more or less. There we go. One shot the wave. Now we will have to wait because for the next wave our Dolores will die, so we will keep both of our healers here just for them to survive, so Dolores doesn't die, and we're not gonna use our Laurel right now. So Khamet is ready. Pop them all. There we go. And see how they deal with the next wave here. There we go. And now we can do this because we'll be able to see like this. Come on, there we go. Explain you in a second. The reason why we were now able to take out Leia is because we were able to get Hollow's ultimate, so she heals more, and only Dolores is so squishy to die from the AoE from these mobs down there. So we can just use that. And now something interesting is gonna happen soon when we go to the boss, as you guys will be able to see. So now we kinda just need to wait here for our ultis. Get back up, get them all back up, and there we go. Come on, Khamet, I know you can do it. There we go. And that's what I wanted you guys to take a look at. Look at the boss here. He has 10 stacks of poison on him, so she really applies a lot of poison here. A lot of poison application from her. It is actually crazy. It is kind of crazy how she gets all that poison out. And you can see the poison is like quite high ticks. It's quite high ticks. Of course it's not as high as an auto hit, but it's some good bonus damage. And now let's take a look here at how well they did. Let's see. Come on. Next. That's nonsense. There we go. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. So she actually deals insane amounts of damage to gear rate 1, but not quite on par with Khamet, as you can see. So Khamet, even with a bit lesser gear, was able to deal a bit more damage. But now hear me out. Khamet has a high ult cost, alright? And usually with Khamet you want to use a Laurel comp, a Laurel with a Volca, so you can cycle his ult a lot, because then he profits a lot. Now let's get into the conclusion, what I think of Dahlia after this DPS showdown with Khamet, but also some other testing I did off screen, like Gear Dungeon and so forth, and also the arena I tried. And what I can tell you guys is that she actually is a good character, and I think her, like I said, her range is a good thing. And the reason for that really is that it's different. It's different because why would you pull for Dahlia, right? Why would you pull for Dahlia if she would have the same range as Khamet, when Khamet does the same thing as her, just more damage, right? No one gonna do that, and that's just boring. Like, who wants the same design? No, Of course, she also has not just damage like Khamet, but also she has some slows, some poison and so forth. But you get me, right? You get what I'm saying, right? You don't want that. You want unique characters, and that's what she kind of is, right? She is not going to be like a Khamet, a versatile monster, where he's going to perform Gear 1, Gear 2, Gear Dungeon, right? Story mode monster everywhere, pretty much everywhere monster, right? She's going to be more niche and not as universally strong, which makes it, but she also has some advantages over Khamet, and that is also her range. While her range is a negative compared to Khamet, right, it's also a positive, because if she had the same range as Khamet, she would be worse than him in any aspect, in everywhere. But because she's a different faction and she has different range, she can profit extremely from the faction bonuses from Cursed, like crazy. And also her range makes it unique. It makes it that she can in possible future content shine, probably, right? Because I'd assume if Moonton is going to release a character like that, they're at least gonna release content where that range is gonna be viable as well. That's at least my what I would expect, right? Of course, there's no guarantee. That's the only annoying part, right? But even then, I'd rather have her with the stats that she has now with a different range than Khamet, because then she also can be used for different content, right? Who wants to have 5 different mages with all the same thing, right? All dealing AoE damage, all having the same range, and gonna be all used in the same content. That's not fun. So there's that, and I think this is the reason why you would pull for her, is because she has that different range. I think if she had the same range as Khamet, I wouldn't pull for her. I already have Khamet, but because of that range, there's some upside, there's some uniqueness. For the people that consider pulling, I would recommend, if you're a mid-game player, I would probably skip her, because she is good in certain niche content, right? In certain area, because she is good in certain areas of the game, but if you still need someone of the likes of a Silas, of the likes of a Khamet, of the likes of a Vierna or a Hex or someone like that, they're gonna be way more versatile. They're gonna progress a lot more different content at once, right? But if you're an endgame player like me, why not? Why not go for her? You don't have much to lose anyways, because we endgame players, most of us have most of the stuff needed, right? But especially if you have the staples, right? If you have the Khamets, the Viernas, the Silas, the Hatsut, the Eloin, pretty much all of the staples, if you can clear, then I think go for her. If not, really try to get yourself your hands on a Hatsut, your hands on a Silas, your hands on a Khamet first. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of her design, of her not just the kit, but also of her looks, but also of her kit, of her range especially. Do you like me think I prefer it that way, because otherwise you would just be another normal mage, or you would prefer to have another normal mage as one more option? Let me know in the comments down below. I would be interested to hear that. And other than that, I hope you all enjoyed. You all have a blessed day, and I'm Ronaldo, and I'm out. Peace.